Grade 4, Module 6, Lesson 13 homework. Number 3. Solve by rewriting the number sentence in fraction form. After solving, rewrite the complete number sentence in decimal form. Letter A has been started for us, so let's take a look and see what they're doing with letter A. It's 2 1/10 added with 87 hundredths. So to make that into fraction form first, because that's what they're asking us to do, we would call it 2 1/10 added with 87 hundredths. We need to get like units, so 2 1/10 is 2 10 hundredths. And we're going to add that to 87 hundredths. And I'm not going to do any number bond breaking down here because 10 plus 87 is 97. So we're getting 2 97 hundredths. The second part of the directions is after solving, rewrite the complete number sentence in decimal form. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. 2 1/10 added with 87 hundredths. 1/10 added with 87 hundredths. Add those tenths together and it'd be 9/10. So it's 2 and 9 in the tenths place, 7 hundredths. So 2 97 hundredths, which is the same thing we got as a fraction. I'm going to go down and work out letter C. It says 7 3/10. Let's make that 7 ones a big. 7 3/10 added with 1 8/10. This time 8 plus 3 is greater than 10, so I'm going to break down 8/10 using a number bond. I already had 3. You know what? Let's do the other side. Because if I already have 8, I could break this down to be a 2/10, because that would make 10/10, and a 1/10. So the reason why I did that is because 8/10 and 2/10 makes 10/10, which is 1. So now it's pretty simple. I have a 7 plus a 1 makes an 8, plus the 1 created right here makes 9, and the 1/10. So we're at 9 1/10 for my fraction answer. They want us to write this as a decimal as well. So let's go ahead and do the decimal form of this. I'm going to write D for decimal just so people know that we're changing the decimal. It's 7 3/10 added with 1 8/10. Well, 3/10 and 8/10 is going to be greater than 1. So I'm going to break this one down into 1/10 and 2/10, because my 2/10 and my 8/10 makes 1. And let's go see what we have now. We have 7 plus 1 plus another 1. 2/10 and 8/10 makes 1. That's 7 and 1 makes 8, and another 1 makes 9. And we still have our 1/10. And that's the same answer we got as a fraction. The next problem I'm going to look at is letter G, right here. The first directions are asking us to change them into fractions, so I'm going to do 8 6/10. I can see that this is going to need to be in hundredths though, so I'm going to just start by writing 60 hundredths because you want to have matching units. I'm going to add that with 4 67 hundredths. Now 60 plus 67 is over 100. So I'm going to break down this one because this one has a nice 60. If I could add 40 to that, I would have 100 hundredths. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to break this down into 40 hundredths. And what would I need to add to that to get to my 67? I would need 27 hundredths. And now the problem goes pretty smoothly. I have my 60 hundredths and my 40 hundredths is going to make 1. So I have 8 plus 4 is 12 plus the 1 created right here. That makes 13. And we have our 27 hundredths left over. 27 hundredths. So let's go ahead and try that one as a decimal. And I'm going to do the same kind of number bond breaking down. I'm going to call D for decimal. It's going to be 8 6/10 added with 4 67 hundredths. Well, if I can get my 6/10 to add with 4/10, it would make 1. So I know 4/10 added with 27/100 makes my 67/100. So let's go ahead and grab some red here. I have an 8 plus a 4. It's going to make 12. This right here, 6/10 and 4/10 makes 1. So 8 plus 4 again was 12, plus 1 makes 13. And we still have our 27/100. 13 and 27/100, which is the same thing we got as a fraction answer.